Okay, good morning.
Good morning time.
Good morning. That's my mother. It's morning time. We are currently going to Portland, right? Just make sure Portland.
Yes,
We're going to Portland. It is a 3 hour and 6 minute drive. So, you know, we got some time, you know, got mother mother here, Nisha, Bree, and the two lovely drivers that pay for all this. But yeah, it's a long trip. Bree, how do you feel about this?
I feel good. I'm excited.
That's it. Okay. Yeah, it's a long trip. Hopefully we make it through. Nothing crazy happens, and yeah.
Okay, good morning, y'all. So today we're going to Leavenworth. It's kind of like a little Christmas village. I've been trying to go for years, but we've never been able to go. So today we're finally gonna go.
On the lowest
What's
city.
good, y'all?
She just interrupted her intro.
What's good, y'all?
She was doing an intro and you just
It's okay, just interrupted before you ever did.
What's
But
good,
it's a little
y'all?
Christmas city. But first we're gonna go
Going
and
to
pick up.
Whoville.
First we're gonna go pick up Bree. Here you go.
Okay, I can't.
Okay, go ahead. Tell them about our day yesterday.
No, no, I can't. I forgot.
No, you didn't.
I did. We let your mama tell about the day yesterday.
Okay, go ahead.
Here you go.
Huh?
Yeah, here you go.
talk about what happened yesterday.
What happened yesterday? Talk about what happened yesterday.
Yesterday we
had the best grilled cheese.
oh yeah, I had a grilled cheese sandwich from Starbucks for the first time. It was so good.
It was so good. It was delicious in our stomach.
And then we drove to Portland. Jay flew to Portland, rather, in this van. In this van, she flew.
She did. Levitated.
And then where did we go?
We had the good.
Oh, we went to the breakfast place.
We went to the spa shop where you got your candle from first.
Oh, I don't know the name of it. We went to a small business place where they sold like candles and bath bombs and all that. Smelled really good. And then we tried to go to what was the name of the place next door? Yala. But it was like an hour wait, and then we got to look at the menu, and
The vibes was bad. The
vibes was bad. We didn't know nothing on the menu. It was like Romanian sausages or something. Anyway, it wasn't nothing that we wanted to eat. So then we left there and we went to what was the name? Screen Door, baby.
When we saw the crystals on the table,
they had crystals hot sauce on the table. I already knew what time it was. Baby, Screen Dough, the screen was done, okay?
Screen dough.
Yeah, Screen Dough, for real. It was so good. Shout out to them. That food was delicious.
it was.
You gotta tell
Screen Door.
Nah.
It went well. What you got wasn't good, Justin. Man, they had that fried fish and grits. It was so good. It was so good.
We sorry you got the wrong thing, nephew.
Somebody
Why would you go to somebody's grandmama's house called Screen Dough and get a French toast?
I always get French toast.
Not at somebody's grandma's house.
grandmama's
You
house.
get fish and grits.
You get grits.
Or you get or chicken and waffles.
Yeah,
I
that.
want to be black.
Well,
You are black. And then we left Screen Door and we went and seen Wicked.
I saw Wicked. The rest of y'all took now. The rest of y'all took now.
We saw Wicked.
You up?
When?
No, you ain't see Ain't none of y'all see Wicked like I saw it.
We saw.
I just watched this. Mother, Keep going, Jay. To the next one. I didn't see it. It was good.
Right. You see how we all saw the exact
I did see it. Literally, we could talk about the movie. I saw it. I really did see it.
Because old dude was in love with the green lady, not really
Glenda.
Glenda wanted him. Glenda was thirsty. Glenda was very thirsty. Because that man was.
Okay, well, wait a minute, because I'm not finished saying what we did. We went to Wicked. And then where we went? Then we went to the mall. One of the malls.
To the mall.
To the window. To the mall.
I gotta go get Bree.
They go Bree right there.
You in the way?
Oh.
You want me to let it in? I'll let it in.
Oh, okay.
And then we
sashayed
through the mall.
We went to the mall.
We did sashay.
We did.
And I thought it was the mall with the Louis Vuitton and the Gucci store in it, and it was
Twin.
It was not the right mall.
Twin.
It's two malls.
It's two malls. Hey,
Twin, what's good? Twin.
I was gonna wear my juice too.
Oh, I done hit my head again, girl.
You can cuss.
I know.
By the end of this.
That's all we did. Okay, and then we went to the Cheesecake Factory and got something to eat.
Yeah.
And then Jay flew halfway back, and Justin drove the other way back.
Justin slowly drove.
We walked back. Girl.
Yeah, we flew halfway back
I don't
home.
remember any of it.
And Justin drove the other way home.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, that was the day.
For tonight I'm yours. So
we just finished riding the adventure coaster. I think that's what it's called. It was going super slow at first and I felt like we weren't really going very fast, but then all of a sudden it picked up and we were going extremely fast. But it was great. We took great pictures and now we're going into the Christmas village.
We've become numb to what we know is no one knows but us. The feelings rush every single time we touch, even though it's what we want, can't keep these up, no. But I just don't wanna leave you. Might just go with the reasons why people can't lay it.
I asked Kobe to go get my camera and he proceeded to throw it onto the ground.
Whoa. I did not throw. I was like picking it up for it, right? And like I have ice cream, you know what I'm saying? Ice cream in my hand. It slipped and I'm just like, oh no. So like I was gonna catch the other hand and that flipped it. It made it even worse and it was just like.
He dropped it. What?
Can me and Kobe vlog inside like a store?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a gingerbread. What is it?
The gingerbread factory?
The gingerbread factory. Hold up, I have to get every okay. They have little gingerbread ornaments, super cute.
Got the camera.
What's wrong with you, Nisha?
I mean, if
She went to the house to show. And she got food. Oh shit.
Now she did.
Look at Nisha. Ain't nobody got no yellow hair, no blue eyes. And then man, her bow crooked. And her smile crooked.
but she good,
Look at her bow.
that's a real gingerbread.
I'm sure. That's the way them whole ibuprofen is large in my throat.
I don't know why you took it like that. I thought you would have took it with the champagne.
Taking ibuprofen with champagne is insane.
I mean,
I should have.
I mean, if she drank it right after, what's the difference? That's true. It was important right here.
Oh, the beef got you dropping all this ass. I feel like the gingerbread could have been built out there. It wasn't gingerbready enough. Like it wasn't enough. That's good. Like that's
Too much egg.
cinnamon or whatever they put in it.
That's good.
You should make a Biscoff cookie.
You should today. Do y'all sleep on the plane or y'all the ones that don't sleep on it?
I feel like I'll be able to sleep. I'm gonna take a Unison.
Take a what?
A Unison. I slept for like 12 hours on the weekend, and it's only 13 hours. It's like a sleeping egg. I'm better than you.
No, you're not.
In every way.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You can't even reach top of body without help.
This is true. You're bald.
You ain't Lily.
At least I had a dad.
Was he much good to you?
Oh, got a good point. You got a good point.
Keep protect. My God.
My dad left. Your dad left you. I didn't leave mine.
You should have left earlier.
Hold on, wait. I concluded
Go say please stop talking about my dad.
I was like, for a second, I was like, damn, I feel bad for her. I was like, wait,
They got piece of cones.
No.
Dad, what?
Piece of cones.
What? I don't understand.
Pizza and a cone.
No, absolutely not.
He definitely grabbed my leg.
No, he didn't.
Nah, wait a minute.
Just come on. Did you come to the house of champagne? Man, good. It didn't happen, just it really didn't.
thank you, Mom, for defending me.
Well, I guess if he did, we got it on camera, so we won't find out until.
He said roll that
We won't
beautiful
find out until
bean.
next year. Why do you feel like he ate it?
He grabbed it. He grabbed it. Please tell me I'm not crazy.
What? I don't understand.
Pizza and a cone.
God, man.
No, absolutely.
After further review, Kobe did steal the cookie from Justin. Kobe
Definitely a flag on the plate.
Yeah.
For back 15 yards.
Yeah. Kobe, I can't believe you did that.
And you have been ejected from the game.
Yeah.
Because you definitely stole the cookie.
You stole the cookie.
No, you can't plead the fifth. We didn't just saw
We have the footage.
We thought that was more gay.
That wasn't me.
You already spoke on the situation.
That wasn't me.
Anything you use,
Yeah,
anything you say can be used against you. Yes, we have proof.
That wasn't
Anything
me.
you say can be used against you in the
That
court of
wasn't
law.
me.
I mean,
Courtney.
Who is Courtney?
I don't know. I'm so random.
Did you call me Courtney?
I did.
Anything that you say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. However,
said
if you
anything I say
cannot,
can be held
you
against me?
already said it though, because you said you didn't do it.
You said anything can be held against me?
Yeah.
She's been beating me for the past 16 years. Call law enforcement.
We were able to take a little bit of a nap, but I'm trying to see when the last time I picked y'all up. Oh, I pretty much showed y'all everything. The last thing y'all saw was Cookie Gate, and Kobe sat there and lied about taking Justice Cookie when he clearly did. And the crazy thing is that all of us defended Kobe. We were like, no, Justin, you're crazy. Like, you ate the cookie and Kobe didn't do anything. And Kobe was just sitting there like, yeah, like, you're crazy, bro. Gaslighting at its absolute
I
finest.
know that man took my cookie. I'm not crazy.
Yeah. I'm sorry, we all kind of fat shamed you. We're like, maybe you just ate too fast.
Yeah, y'all was being
Maybe you
fat
just ate
shamed.
too
Y'all was supposed to be
fast.
dumb.
No.
I was like, that's crazy.
But then we came home. Kobe went to Bree's house. It was so nice meeting her. Like, she is so cute. She's so sweet. And I absolutely love her. And I hope that her and my brother are together for all of their days. They're just such a cute couple. And then me and Justin DoorDash Popeyes, and then we also got my mom and Nisha Chipotle. So we ate that, watched Real Housewives. I slept for like maybe an hour or so, and then when I got up, I got a notification from American Airlines, and it said that our flight from Seattle to Dallas had been diverted to Phoenix, but then we didn't have a connecting flight from Phoenix to Birmingham. So I knocked on my mom's door and I was like, hey mom, like, this has never happened before, like, I don't know what to do. And she was like, just call them. So I was like, okay. So I called them, and as I was in the process of calling them, they went ahead and updated the flight. And so now our flight is from Seattle to Chicago, and then from Chicago to Birmingham. They also changed our seats. We had first class seats on the Seattle to Dallas flight, but now we have 2 middle seats in 2 separate rows. But it's fine because it's a full flight, and I appreciate the fact that they even rebooked it for us because that was really nice. But yeah, we returned the rental car, and now we're about to get on the shuttle to go back to the airport.
And I'm praying when I get there, I see everyone. Was that a bad?
You know, Justin did not know that the girl gospel group Mary, he thought both of their names were Mary and that they're sisters. I don't think they're sisters, and neither one of their names is Mary. Nobody has asked my opinion on this topic, which means that I need to give it anyway. Nurse TikTok is kind of in a bit of an uproar right now, and it is because I saw it, I think the day that it was posted. I was on the plane, I was scrolling, and if I'm being honest, I don't like every nurse influencer, okay, or every nurse content creator. There are some that I just don't like, and you know what I do when I don't like someone's content? I don't follow them. In extreme cases, I may even block them. I may even take it a step further and block them, right? So there is a nurse, I'm going to say a nurse influencer named Nurse Jeffrey. That is, I'm pretty sure that's his TikTok name or whatever. I followed Nurse Jeffrey when he was still in nursing school, and he talks about how he was in foster care and they told him that he was going to be dead by the age of 21, I guess because he was just like fighting and gangbanging and, you know, whatever. And he turned his life around and, you know, whatever. But I think the first video that I ever saw of his was like, he didn't have a car, his license got suspended, something. He was taking toilet paper from the nursing school because he didn't have toilet paper at home, and like he couldn't afford to have toilet paper because toilet paper was a luxury, so on and so forth, on again and on again. He graduated nursing school. The entire TikTok community was ecstatic for him. Like everybody was, is it ecstatic? Okay, so now I'm thinking about words. Is it ecstatic or ecstatic? Ecstatic. Ecstatic sounds right. Anyway, Is my part straight or is my head crooked? I really want to shave my head bald. No. If I had one wish, I would shave my head bald just so I can see what the shape of my head is. Because I want to see, like, do I have the head shape to rock a bald head, or is my head like dented in some places? You know what I mean? Because I would really hope, because by my facial shape, I feel like I have a perfectly smooth bald head underneath all this hair. I do. And if I do, it's a disservice to everybody if I don't show it at least once, you know? Oh, we were talking about Nurse Jeffrey. Yeah, so like when he graduated nursing school, it was huge. It was huge. Now, I thought that he was in school getting his BSN. He was really in school getting his ADN. Now, quick little note, if you don't know the differences between the nursing degrees, a BSN is a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. You get that from a 4-year accredited university, right? An ADN, that's pretty much like your associate's degree in nursing. Both are RNs. Both still have to take the exact same NCLEX licensure exam. Both still have to renew their license every year. Now, I'm pretty sure, yeah, the scope of practice is the same. Now, there is another tier. I don't want to say below because I don't really think of it as being beneath, you know, because LPNs, which are licensed practical nurses, or LVNs, licensed vocational nurses, they're still nurses. They still have to take the NCLEX, but their scope of practice is different. I think the only thing that separates BSN from ADN is the fact that with a BSN, you have to have like that writing component to nursing. Like we had like different writing classes that felt like a bunch of bull in nursing school. And I think that was the only difference between the ADN and the BSN, because when my friend Naya, when she went back to nursing school, those were pretty much the only classes that she was taking. Like she was taking like writing classes and stuff like that. But like ADNs are still nurses. Like you still refer to them as RNs. And most of the time, like you will go through hospitals and you'll be like, oh my gosh, like you're so smart and you're so this and you're so that. And it's like, oh, like what, you know, 4-year universities you go to, and they'll tell you that they went to a community college. And for some people, like they cannot compute that nurses that are like so intelligent, smart as a whip, so good at this, so good at that, did not go to a 4-year university and only have an ADN. That's just how much it literally does not matter. Anyway, LPNs, which is what I refer to it as, because that's kind of what I know it as, is LPN. Also, how am I about to do my hair? In my mind, I have a thought, but I don't really know how to execute it. Like I want it to be a braid straight down, and kind of small too, and then another braid straight down, and then I just want it to go into a slick back. But I don't have enough. See, this is the problem with having a perfectly beautifully circular round head. I don't have no head space on this side. All my head space is in the front because I got a big ass face. No, I'm kidding. But like, hold on. I'm trying to see how I'm going to execute this because I don't know how to braid straight down. Like these are my edges underneath here. Ooh, why do I look like a boss spot? Y'all, I'm bored. No, it's because my edges are like bunched up. They'll just say when they bald. No, it's not that. No, it's not that. No, my edges are thinning for real. They've grown back a lot though. Julia said I need to work on it though. I'm gonna work on it, y'all. I'm an undercover baldy. It's really over the cover because this is definitely a bald spot. Y'all, I blame my mama. No, I'm not taking responsibility for this. I blame my mama. My mama used to, y'all know what clucker balls are? What y'all call them? Y'all call them clucker balls? Clacker balls? I think maybe it's just call them clucker balls. Clacker balls. Whatever. These. She would pull our hair into the tightest ponytail known to man. Brushing from lip to scalp. And you better not cry or she's gonna on the side of your head when you already have a headache, when you can barely see because it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you're getting your hair done before school. And then she would twist. And then she would put the clacker ball on top just for some extra tension. Babe, that's why I got no edges. And that was 20 years ago, babe. I ain't had edges in 20 years. you know what? I just maybe one of the bitches that ain't going to have edges. And you know what? That's fine. That's fine. If that is the cross that I have to bear is that I never have edges, so be it. So be it. What? So be it. Everybody don't have edges. Okay, fine. I'm bald. Okay. No, okay. So yeah, like the entire nursing community was rooting for him. We were so happy for him because he was finally like able to buy things. Like he took us on a TikTok vlog where he bought paper towels, and like he had never had paper towels before because again, it was seen as a luxury to him. So he did not have paper towels. And so he went to, I can't remember where he went, but he got paper towels, and it was so just like fantastic. And all of us were like rooting for him. Like he felt like, you know, your little brother. And, you know, he got his first job. He was working at a nursing home, which I'm pretty sure he still works at that nursing home. He works at the nursing home. And then I don't know if he works in like a hospital setting or if he just has like 2 nursing home jobs. But anyway, he passed his NCLEX. That was fantastic. He landed his 2 nurse roles because he's an LPN. So he landed his 2 nurse roles. And we were just really excited for him. He found an apartment, and he was like, most people, whenever they graduate, you know, nursing school, they get this big fancy apartment. But guys, like, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. And so I am going to move out of my current apartment and move into this one. And it was, you know, I don't really know where he usually has the camera propped up at. So I can't really tell you if it's nice or not, but it's a roof over his head and it's stability. And I think when he was in nursing school, after he got out of nursing school, his first RN check went to him paying for his rent. Because he's like, I've been behind on rent for months and months and months, and they were about to kick me out. And today is the first time that I've ever been able to pay my bill in full. And he was like, it feels so good to like have money and to be able to have the resources to be able to do this. And it was like all of us were just like so excited. Then something happened to his car, I think a few months ago, because he said he's not getting a new car. Like nothing on his car works, basically, like literally nothing. He said he's not getting a new car, but something happened with his tires, and he was like, he just paid rent, like he didn't have the money. And so he put his Cash App or like something, I'm pretty sure it was his Cash App, but he put his Cash App in his bio. And so people were, of course, sending him large sums of money. And then he took the Cash App out of his bio. He's like, thank you so much, guys. Like, I really don't need any more money. Like, I'm good. Thank you so much. And then he showed a follow-up video of like him getting his car back from the car shop. And like, he got the new tires and, you know, whatever. And again, everybody was so freaking happy for him. So proud of him. Like, it kind of made you feel like, you know, like this is my little brother. This is my little cousin, my nephew. Like, you know, I got to take care of nephew. And so, you know, people were doing that, and it felt good to be able to help. Now, I never gave him any money. I will say that. But I did, you know, I supported, I watched, I commented, I reposted, you know, all that good stuff. So yeah, so that happened. And he made a TikTok this year, a few months ago. I'm pretty sure it was like in the summertime or something like that. And he said something to the effect of, if you're a nurse, you should not be driving a BMW. Okay? If you're, ooh, that smells so good. Y'all, Miel pomegranate and honey curl smoothie. Y'all, please come get one of these. A chicken salad from 81st Deli. Please, that smells so good. But yeah, he was like, nurses should not be driving BMWs. Okay, full stop. And as a nurse, you should not be going on vacation, wasting your money on going on vacation. Who the fuck are you talking to? Who are you talking to? So I was just like, maybe there's a point. Maybe there's a point to this video. Maybe this is a joke, you know, something to that effect. Like he can't actually be serious right now. It turns out he was serious. And, you know, on TikTok, you are allowed to have your opinion. You are allowed to feel however you want to feel about, you know, whatever situation. So if you want to feel like nurses shouldn't take vacations and nurses shouldn't have nice things because you view it as a waste of money, then you feel that way. You feel that way. But I will not be following you and I will not be supporting your content because like, that's just not something that I'm interested in hearing. As I'm watching that video, at the time I was a labor and delivery nurse, and I have seen babies go to heaven. I have seen babies come out and immediately go and be with the Lord. So if you're telling me that after experiencing that trauma and then having to, which it's not my trauma, it was that of my patients, but to be able to see that and to experience that and to take care of those babies and, you know, facilitate whatever it is that mom wants to do in that moment. And if she says like, you can, you know, take the baby away for a little bit, like I need a second. Like me and my friends going and taking pictures of baby and like dressing baby up in cute little clothes and making handprints, putting handprints in little Bibles, highlighting scriptures, writing notes, like doing artwork with baby's handprints and fingerprints and picture, like doing all of that. And then immediately after taking care of that patient, having to go into another room where somebody like did IVF and this is their first rainbow baby and everything is going great and everybody's so excited and their whole family's here, and immediately having to, oh my gosh, yes, this is great. What's baby's name? How big do we think baby's gonna be? Do you have a nursery? What's the name of your baby? Like immediately having to go from one to the other. I truly don't think people understand the duality of a labor and delivery nurse. It like, you don't get it. Like that is like, it is the mental Olympics, honestly. Like it can be so emotionally draining if you let it. So after dealing with something like that, to hear that I don't deserve to go on vacation, to say that I don't deserve to have a nice car, or I shouldn't be getting like a new apartment or a new house fresh out of nursing school is insane to me. That was just something that I could not, I just didn't gel with that. I really just didn't gel with that. So from that moment, I decided that I was going to unfollow him. And it's like, I kind of understand what he was trying to say, because all of a sudden he became a Forex baddie. Like, y'all remember Forex? And people were like, bro, like, you sit here on your phone all day and you could be making money. Like, you sit here buying J's and you could be investing in crypto. Like, you could be making money from your phone right now. Like, text me, DM me. Like, we all winning, going to these weird ass Forex conferences in somebody mansion and doing TED Talks and all this other bullshit. But anyway, he is very like, he's not doing Forex, but he's like talking about investing in Roth IRAs and CDs and, you know, all this other stuff. And I feel like that comes from a place of like not having. And so you never want to be in a position where you don't have again. And I have been there. Now, I didn't grow up like, you know, dirt poor or anything like that. Like me and my brother will tell you, and my sister too, but like we will tell you that our childhood, like even though we weren't rich, like we had everything. Like we had each other. Like my mom was amazing. My dad was cool for the amount of time that he was cool for. Like it was great. Like never missed a Christmas, never missed a birthday, never missed anything. And like our parents showed up. Like we had stuff. We lived in nice houses, nice apartments. Like it was good. It was good. But I understand what it feels like to go from having just enough or not enough to being in a position where you're making money and you're comfortable. It's scary. It's scary. Now, full transparency, I work as a nurse, obviously, so I get money from that. But I also do like social media content creation. So any videos that are at least 1 minute on TikTok will pay you for it. Now, it is not a lot of money. Like a video that gets 1 million views may get you $200. And it used to not be like that. A video that hit 1 million used to get you buku money. But then, you know, TikTok became super saturated with lots of people wanting to be content creators, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But TikTok decided that it just didn't want to pay that much because it realized that everybody was benefiting from it. Basically, everybody was making all this crazy money from TikTok, and they were probably just shelling out a lot of money. So it went from you could just like make a TikTok video and that TikTok video got money regardless of what. But then they kind of upped the ante when they tried to move to long form content, and we're like, oh, okay, well, the only way that we're going to pay you is if you make a video that's at least 1 minute, because that's making people stay on TikTok a little bit longer. Again, pushing for long form content. So I have been working with my talent manager, Vivian. She is fantastic. And she is the one that facilitates me getting brand deals, like all these different partnerships, PR, all that stuff. Like she does all of that for me. And she will come to me with proposals like, hey Jay, this brand wants to work with you. They want to pay this, and this is, you know, what they want you to post, either a TikTok video or an Instagram reel or a TikTok syndicated to Instagram, you know, all of that kind of stuff. And I won't lie, the money is fantastic. The money is fantastic. My first year out of nursing school, I made 6 figures. Coming from somebody that was the previous year working at a library making $9 an hour, literally just making ends meet, like just making ends meet. That changed my life. It absolutely changed my life. And then Justin graduated college, he was working, and so now we have a nice income coming from 2 people in a house where we can feel comfortable. And I don't want to cry, but like that is so, like being able to wake up and go to sleep knowing that no matter what, the lights are going to be on, we're going to have somewhere to live, we have cars, if something happens to our car, we have, you know, money set to the side for car emergencies, like we're able to go on vacation that doesn't put us, you know, in a bad place. We're able to help out our family members, and that is something that is so incredibly important to me, because I feel like having money is great, but it's also a lot about what you do with the money. Now, I know that it's not my responsibility to take care of my family members, and I'm not going to say who I've given what to and, you know, what I've done, but it feels good to be able to help people when people need help. And to be like, you know, don't worry about it, don't pay me back. I don't need it. You're good. You're good. Because having to ask somebody for money anyway is really hard. So it's just like, you know, if they ask me for $100, I'm sending 300, you know, because 100 is probably the bare minimum, and you're going to try to, you know, make things work, you know, with the 100 when you really did need 300. You know what I mean? So being able to do that for the people that I love the most, the people that picked me up when I needed it the absolute most, that feels good. That feels good to be able to do that. And then like giving back to charities and all that good stuff, it feels good to be able to do so much with the extra. So like when I get paid from a social media brand, like of course a good bit of it goes to taxes, but I save so much of it. Like at the very least, $4,000 to $5,000 is immediately going into savings to never be touched again. To never be touched again. Like I just get so worried that like, what if something happens? You know what I mean? Like I get so worried, like what if something happens and like, you know, we need this money and I'm not here on Amazon, I'm not here buying Lululemon and all that bullshit. Like, so I understand where he's coming from, where he's like, yeah, we got to get this bread. We got to get this bread. And we have to keep the money up, not our bunny up. I completely understand that. I get it. I completely get where he's coming from. But to say that like nurses shouldn't have nice things just because you didn't grow up with nice things and just because you don't find value in those nice things doesn't make any sense to me. And he got a lot of flack, but he also got a lot of support of people saying, yeah, like, but they not ready to talk about this yet, blah, blah, blah. I feel like nursing is hard. Nursing is stressful. You go through nursing school. It's a bunch of bullshit. I was literally crying, screaming, throwing up, quite actually, every single day. I was the worst version of myself whenever I was in nursing school. And y'all can go back in the vlogs, because I vlogged everything. Y'all can go back and look at the vlogs. Tell me how many times I cried each vlog. Take a shot every time I cried. You'll be drunk by the time you get back to this video. I was literally the worst version of myself. I was miserable. Then to go to a job where I'm dealing with patients that their baby may or may not be alive, and you don't think I deserve a vacation after that, is insane. It's like some nurses are in the ICU, they're seeing people at their absolute worst, at their absolute lowest, like being the last hand that somebody is holding before they pass away, and you don't think if they want to go out and buy a BMW that they should be able to go out and buy a BMW? Please, absolutely not. Like I don't agree with it. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that I do not agree with that. I think that if you are a nurse and you want to buy yourself something nice, or you want to do something nice for yourself, I think you should be able to do that without anybody talking shit about you. And to play devil's advocate, I guess, but to play devil's advocate, I guess the same can be said about, you know, people that feel the opposite. Like, you know, people make money as being a nurse and they don't want to spend it, and they shouldn't be bullied or like picked on because they decided that they don't want to have, you know, a nice flashy car or a nice house or anything like that just because they're making good money. They still want to live well below their means. There's nothing wrong with that. There is something wrong with trying to make people feel bad because they want to buy nice things. Nursing is traumatic. I don't care what anybody says. Nursing is traumatic. And like, y'all don't understand like the shit the nurses go through. You don't, like, y'all don't fucking understand. Like, I'm sorry I'm getting so upset, but like, y'all really don't get it. Like, y'all really don't get it. It is treacherous. It's quite treacherous. So that's why I understand when the old heads be like, oh, like, you in it just for the money. You in it just for the money. Do you go to work for free? And nobody ever says that to a doctor. You've never looked at a triple board certified surgeon and be like, oh, he just in it for the money. What else is he here for? What? Like, you can like your job, and that doesn't mean that, like, you're not like, oh, just because I like my job, that means that I don't deserve to get paid for it. Huh? That doesn't make any sense. Like, y'all would never say that to a doctor. You would never tell a lawyer that, oh, you're only in it for the money. Like, you don't even care about helping people. No, I do care about helping people, and getting paid is nice because I deserve to be able to make ends meet. I deserve to be able to pay my bills and go on nice vacations and buy houses and buy cars. I deserve to be able to do that. I put in the hours and I put in the work to be in a position where I'm able to do that. So don't try to guilt trip nurses and make them feel bad for being like, oh, you only here for the money. You're so fucking stupid. Please, spare me from that. Spare me from that. So anyway, long story short, long story long, that is why I unfollowed him. Because I just didn't agree with it. And that's okay. Like, I didn't agree with it. You know, he don't give a fuck what I think. Like, you know, whatever. So fast forward to the day before yesterday, I guess, and he was pretty much talking about how the big, bold and beautiful lashes, Maybelline lashes, whatever the fuck bill just passed, basically saying that like nursing is no longer a professional degree. Now, I will say I was a little bit ignorant in the beginning, and I didn't really understand why people were so upset. Like, I thought it was like a teen magazine, you know, thing from Donald Trump, like, this just in. These are my 10 favorite things that I like to do for the holidays. Number 1, make nurses past. Like, I didn't know that it was like an actual bill. I thought it was just him saying like, I don't see nurses as professionals. Which is like, well, why the fuck would I care what you think? Like, since when have I ever cared what you think? Never. That's the answer. But apparently it, you know what I found out about? When I was logging in to make my monthly student loan payment, I saw it. And it pretty much changes how the people that are now not seen as professional degree holders, it changes how they're able to like acquire student loans. And so some kind of way they end up having to pay more out of pocket for their degree, and they're not able to qualify for as many loans because their degree is not seen as professional. Whatever. As it pertains to Nurse Jeffrey, he said that he was going, a few weeks ago, he said that he was going to CRNA school, and, you know, he was doing all the stuff for CRNA school, blah, 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 which I don't really understand how he was going to do that because he's an LPN, and he was making it seem like he was going to CRNA school tomorrow. Like, in order to be a CRNA, you have to have, at minimum, I think like 1 to 2 years of ICU experience, and he works at a nursing home. So, like, he wasn't going to be able to get in just based off that. Like, if we just being real, like, he wasn't gonna even be able to get in. So he was like, he going to CRNA school, you know, blah blah blah, making moves for CRNA school. But then he also started selling like a nursing school ebook, guided resource, something to that effect, right? And I know a lot of people do that, so, you know, I wasn't knocking it. You know, whatever's gonna get some money into your pocket, I ain't mad at you. You know, this economy is crazy and people got to pay their bills. And, you know, if you can get you a little side hustle, get the side hustle. Hell, I don't give a damn. Do what you got to do to make ends meet. So something was just like, look at the book. So I looked at it, and it was his nursing school guide is pretty much like how to use AI to help you graduate nursing school. Quite actually. It was like, you know, how to use ChatGPT to your full advantage in nursing school. Okay. I don't really have anything more to say about that. I really don't have anything more to say about that. that is the guy that he was selling. And he was like, okay, like, you know, since this bill just came out, I've decided that I'm not going to be going to CRNA school anymore because nursing is not seen as a professional degree. And last month or this month or something like that, I made $90,000. And so I'm going to just, you know, keep doing what I'm doing. And I'm not going to go back to school to get my BSN. And I'm not going to CRNA school. And so, of course, everybody in the comments was like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean you're not going to school? Like, how did we get here? And people were like, bro, like, when Donald Trump is no longer in office, like, a lot of this stuff is going to get reversed. Like, don't give up on, you know, attaining your dream of being a CRNA just because of Donald Trump. Like, this is exactly what he wants to happen, is for people like you to decide that they don't want to pursue a professional, I guess now not a professional, but they don't want to pursue degrees and, you know, to be degree holders. Like, this is exactly what he wants. And he was like, I'm still a nurse. I'm still a nurse. I'm still a nurse, which is true. He is still a nurse. He is an LPN. He does work in a nursing home. And I will say, I'm not saying he's an LPN like it's, you know, something that is derogatory. But what I am saying is that LPNs, depending on which hospital you work at, because my friend Kiki, I know I love me some Kiki, he is an LPN and he works in peds, and his scope of practice at whatever hospital he works at is very, very close to that of an RN. But he's back in school. He's back in school. Like, and honestly, a lot of hospital systems, if you work for them and you have your ADN or you have your LPN, whatever, they will pay for you to get your BSN. Straight up, 100%. They will pay for you to go back and get your degree. And had I known that that was a thing, like I could just go to a community college, not have student loans in the first place, and they would pay for me to get my BSN, girl, I would have done that. I would have done that. Hello? Like, what? And then, whatever. But back to, this made in Mexico. Y'all, my favorite gel is made in Mexico. I didn't know that. Anyway, but he was like, I'm still a nurse. I'm still a nurse. And he was like, people were like, so you made a little bit of money on TikTok and now all of a sudden you're deciding that you don't want to be a nurse no more. Like, you're what's wrong with nurse content creators and blah, 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 blah. People were just trying to make him feel very bad about it. Here are my thoughts. For some people, nursing is just about the money that can be made. Personally, I don't feel like the amount of money that nurses get paid is equivalent to what I feel like we should be getting paid for the things that we deal with. I don't feel like it's equivocal at all, honestly. But for some people, nursing is not the end goal. Nursing is a means to an end. Nursing is, you know, I got to figure out how to get this money by tomorrow. Like, you know, and nursing is that because it's pretty much a recession-proof job. No matter what, there will always be a need for nurses. No matter what, you are always going to need a nurse in some capacity, right? So it's nice to be able to have that job security. And for some people, that's just what they want. They don't really care about, you know, being a nurse, but they do care about having job security and they care about being able to take care of and provide for their family. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. That's not why I became a nurse. I became a nurse because I was obsessed with the thought of being a labor and delivery nurse. And, you know, I thought that was just like the coolest job you can have. And I still feel that way. But for some people, it's just a means to an end. Like, it's not the end all be all. And most nurses that you know, they do have a side hustle. Social media is my side hustle. Like, it just is what it is. Because I don't want to have to go and get a second job that I physically have to go to, right? So it's really nice to be able to have social media as like that little extra, you know, oomph to, you know, help me out. It's nice. It's really, really nice. But I don't know. I'm kind of on the side, not bashing him. I'm kind of on the side where people are bashing him because it's like, why would you do this? You know, like what you're saying doesn't make any sense. But I can tell you right now, a year from now, 2 years from now, he's not going to be working as a practicing nurse. He's not. I think that he is making great money from social media. via the selling of his ebook, which I feel like I'm not really rocking with that. I'm not rocking with the teaching people how to become a nurse by using AI and ChatGPT and all these other AI, sources that I didn't even know existed. I don't know about that. I'm glad that you're making so much money. I'm glad that, you're in a much better situation than you were 4 years ago. Like you're in a much better place than you were 4 years ago. But I don't agree with it. I don't agree with the product that he's selling. I know some people are like, oh, this is, the greatest thing ever. But the bulk of nursing is being able to think critically. Because when your patient is crashing and they're not breathing and the family members are standing over you screaming, crying for help, you're not going to be able to pull out ChatGPT and say, oh, like, hey chat, like help me, like what do I do? Who's Lucas? Like, no, you're not going to be able to do that. So being able to think critically is extremely important when it comes to nursing. So teaching people how to use AI to finagle a nursing degree is a bit sad. And honestly, you can cheat your way through nursing school. You can absolutely cheat your way through nursing school. You know what you can't cheat on? That NCLEX. Yeah, the NCLEX is going to be the downfall of everybody that thinks that they can cheat their way through nursing school. Now, some people are just very good test takers and they're able to just kind of guess their way through, national board certifying licensure exams. Some people are able to do that, but let me just tell you, those people do not always make the best nurses, and you can tell who did that. You can tell who did that because those people have no critical thinking skills. They ask the dumbest questions over and over and over again. They are constantly putting their patient's life in danger. They have no regard for patient safety, their safety, or the safety of those around them. You can tell. You can also tell the people who made straight A's throughout nursing school but have no idea how to connect to people. And that's what I say, like, just because you make all A's in nursing school doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to translate into you being the best nurse ever. Now, sometimes it does. Sometimes it absolutely does. But sometimes it doesn't. Like, you get so focused on making straight A's in school that you forget to actually connect with the person in front of you because you're so focused on, like, thinking about the person as a case study and you're not thinking of the person as just an actual person. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a big problem with doctors too. Like, they will look at a patient with these signs and symptoms and be like, okay, well, it has to be this because that's the closest thing to what I read on the PowerPoint in school. That's the closest thing that I read to in the book. And it's like, no, she has allergies. Did you ask her what her allergies were? And they're like, she's allergic to latex. Okay, so she doesn't have Fifth's disease. Okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, anyway, again, I'm happy that he's making the money that he's making and that he's in a better situation than he was previously. I don't think that dropping out of nursing school is the best because he was back in school. I forgot to mention that. He was back in school, I'm pretty sure, to get his BSN. And so he's dropping out now because he just wants to stay as an LPN and he just wants to pursue his business of using AI to help people become nurses. Yeah, he's not my favorite. He's just not my favorite. And I understand, like, for some people probably don't like me and they probably think, oh my gosh, like, Nurse J is literally so irritating. Like, she gets on my nerves. I don't like her. I don't agree with anything she does. There are probably some people that feel that way about me also. Shocking, because I feel like I'm fantastic. But there are probably some people that feel that way about me because everybody's not going to like you at the end of the day. So, I wish him well. I hope that he accomplishes everything that he wants to accomplish. And nursing is hard enough without people having to force you to do something that you don't actually want to do. But if it was me, I would not let Donald Trump dictate whether or not I continue higher education. I just wouldn't. And, people are very upset and he's like, well, I want my net worth to be this. And if I go to CRNA school, I'm going to start out with a net worth of 0 and I'm going to have to work my way up the ladder for 20 years. And I want to be a millionaire by this time and so on and so forth, I think that money is great. I think that money is fantastic. Money allows you to do things that you probably never even imagined that you could do. Like when I was younger, I envisioned going to Disney World all of the time. I thought about going to Disney World all the time. I have literally been every single year for the past 5 years as an adult. When I was in the 6th grade and I was taking French, I would look at pictures of the Eiffel Tower and be like, God, I wish I could go there. Like, I want to go there so bad. Like, I want to see, I want to smell a croissant. I want to eat an eclair. Like, I want to do all of that. Went to Paris for my 1-year wedding anniversary. And it was exactly, I got goosebumps. It's exactly like the picture. I get it. I get being able to have money to do the things that you feel like were never really attainable or achievable for you. I understand that. But I also think that sometimes people forget that social media can be here today and gone tomorrow. And when all of that's gone, for me, example, now, if social media is here today, gone tomorrow, I wake up and social media gone, first of all, I'm going to be devastated because I'm going to be devastated. I'm going to be so bored. But, that's a good source of my income that is no longer there. You know what I mean? And that's scary, which is why I save so much of, my checks from YouTube, TikTok, brand deals, my check from regular work. Like, I save so much. And Justin is always like, I'm so glad that we have you, because Justin was like, if it was me and, Vivian sent $10,000 to my account, I'm buying a country. I'm buying this, I'm buying that. So Justin, whenever he gets paid, he literally just gives me his entire paycheck and I budget it, put stuff to the side, put stuff in savings accounts, investing accounts, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, okay, this is what you're working with, after we pay bills and all that stuff. But, I'm very smart with my money. Now, of course, I do have student loans. So like, that's not, the best thing ever. That's not something that I'm proud of, but I am proud of the fact that I have a degree. Like, okay, whatever, I got student loans, but at least I got the degree. And it's like, I understand, like, wanting to be a millionaire, wanting to be a billionaire by 30 and be on Forbes and be this and be that. I completely understand that. But if you pass away tomorrow, like, you can't take it with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never want to look at my life and look back and be like, man, like, I wish I would have did this, or man, I wish I would have went here. But, instead I was just at work and I was just doing this and I was working. And like, I never want to be working so hard that I'm never able to enjoy the fruits of my labor. You know what I mean? Like, working so hard, doing all this, taking care of other people, teaching parents how to be parents, their first few hours with their baby, taking care of babies, taking care of moms, like doing all this stuff. Like, I never want to lose myself in my work. And then when I look up, work is all that I have. Like, I have no memories of, going on family vacations or going on vacation with my husband and having all these amazing experiences because I was so focused on work. I don't want that for my life. But I think right now he's making such good money, and I think it's just making him feel like I want more and more. And it's nothing wrong with being a hustler. It's nothing wrong with being a go-getter, but I just don't want him to wake up and realize that, he missed out on so much of life just because he's so focused on getting the money so quick. And I really don't agree with the whole AI nursing thing. That's just not something that I agree with. It's not something, I just don't agree with it. But that's just me. But yeah, TikTok is in an uproar about that. A lot of people are really upset because they feel like he's a sellout. And I've seen a lot of comments where it's like, oh, like, now that you made some money, like, you just finna be just like everybody else. You finna be just like them. I don't know. I understand what they're saying, and partly I do agree with what they're saying, but it's just like, if you don't like the content that somebody is making, do not follow them. It is that simple. TikTok makes it so easy for you to not follow somebody. Like, and if you really don't like him, block him and just be done with it. But if he decides that he doesn't want to pursue, higher education, then fine. It's not your life. It's not your life. It's not your money. It's not your schooling. And if that's what he decided he want to do, let him do it. Let him do it. Who cares? Like, he ain't stopping no money flow over here. So it's fine. I just really didn't like the comment that he made about the fact that like he feels like nurses shouldn't go on vacation, they shouldn't have nice houses, they shouldn't have nice cars because he feels like it's a waste of money. I feel like it's a waste of money to have money and to not use it for things that you enjoy. That's how I feel. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, two things can be true. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just didn't agree. I really, like, at the baser level, I just don't agree with what he's doing. And I would never let politics get in the way of me getting a degree. And you could argue that I feel that way because I'm a first generation college graduate. So it's like I had my whole family on my back, you know, walking across that stage. Like it meant a great deal to me to be able to do that. But I think right now, and I don't know him, so I don't know this to be completely true, but I think for him right now, it's just really important that he gets to a point where he feels like he is wealthy. Now, honestly, I don't think that number exists for him because for people like that, it will never be enough. It will never be enough. Like, even if he, you know, was a billionaire or a trillionaire, I genuinely don't think that it would ever be enough for him because he would always feel like he needs more. Now, you making $90,000 in a month? Fantastic. Fantastic. Do I agree with it? No, but you know, again, like I've been saying this whole time, like I'm happy that, you know, you found a way out. I just don't agree with it. I'm sorry. I don't agree with it. And I feel like in the long run, it's not really going to be helping people, you know? But yeah, that's just me and how I feel and what I think. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. I don't know if I'm being too harsh or if I'm being too, you know, cynical or, you know, whatever, but I just don't agree with it. I really don't. But I mean, I wish him well and I hope that it all works out, but it's definitely not something that I can get behind. And I think a lot of people were making videos in support of him just for views. Like, I don't think a lot of people actually agreed with what he was doing. I think they saw this as an opportunity to talk about something that's hot in the nurse world right now. And they just felt like, oh, well, like, you know, let me get on this real quick, you know. I did that whole ponytail and still proceeded to leave both of the braids out. Girl, I need to put my hair up anyway because I've been, like, when I get nervous or stressed, I'll take like little pieces of hair back here and I'll twist it around my finger and I'll pull at it kind of like this. And I'll like find the little fairy knots and I'll try to like massage the fairy knots out. But of course you can't because fairy knots are super tight. Anyway, I needed to be in a position where I wasn't able to do that. So that's why we're doing this. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole Nurse Jeffrey thing because I'm interested to see what other people's perspective is on it. But yeah, anyway, last night was my very first night off of orientation and I wore my Totally Cuter scrub cap, which if you remember, whenever I was a labor and delivery nurse, as if that was 50 billion years ago, but there's more of y'all now than there were before. But I used to have this scrub cap and every time I wore that scrub cap, I would always end up delivering a baby or, you know, like something just like crazy out of the way would happen whenever I wore it. And to some people, it was like my bad luck scrub cap. Like people hated to see me come to work and I had that scrub cap on because it just meant that the night was going to be super crazy. But since I have started at my new job, I'm looking for my edge brush. That's why I'm kind of looking around like a crazy person. I'm looking for my edge brush and I've been seasoning that edge brush for a very long time. So the fact that I don't see it is causing a lot of concern inside of my body. I'm actually getting a little bit anxious because where would it be? And I don't think I brought it on the Seattle trip. So I know that it's probably not in this bag, even though I'm gonna look for it. It's not in there. My stomach is physically hurting because if I cannot find this, I'm going to be really sad. Because I don't think we have another just like regular toothbrush that hasn't been used. Wow. Okay. So I don't know where it is. Okay. Fantastic. No, for real. Where is it though? F. I really don't know where it is. That's actually really... Sometimes I put it here. Is it here? No. What the heck? What the freak, man? And the crazy thing is that I just cleaned out these drawers so that it will be easier for me to find things. And now the one thing that I'm looking for, I have no idea where it is. I mean, truly, it's not really that big of a deal. I'm just kind of irritated by it because I'm gonna use this spoolie. This got eyebrow wax gel on it. Maybe I'll still use it. Ooh. Okay, no, the spoolie is taking it. Ooh, she's taking it. Home run. What? Oh my God. Ooh. Y'all, she ate that. She ate that. Do you hear it? Yeah. Yeah. This just became my new edge brush. Y'all get y'all a spoolie. I feel like it's so good at like snatching the little hairs. Ooh, this is snatch-tastic. Yes. Yeah, Juliana Palencia, her name is Gingerbread. She showed me how to do my edges. I call them step edges because like step. But yeah, she taught me so much about natural hair. Her, Naturally 85, Jayla Majed, Lassetti, who else? Aslia, like all of them. They taught me so much about my natural hair. And it's crazy because Aslia is about to have a baby. Like I think she delivers in like December or something like that. So it's like really close. And I think that is so cool. Naturally 85, I don't know if she still makes YouTube videos, but I feel like I saw her on TikTok not that long ago. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I feel like I keep getting so sidetracked. Last night was my first night off of orientation. I don't know how we got from one thing to another, but I feel like it went really, really well. Like my patience was cool. It was chill. Everybody was super nice. And it was nice just to be able to have my own flow and to just like do things how I like to do things. Because as a mother baby nurse, like it's a million ways you can do an assessment. It's a million ways that you can give like, you know, the hospital information, like when they first get there, like all the admitting stuff. Like it's a million ways you can do that. And sometimes when you're with your preceptor or like you're just with somebody for the night and they're just showing you ropes for the night, it can feel like I have to do things in the exact way that you do things or else I'm wrong. But now that I'm kind of off on my own, it flows so much better and I just feel like it's really nice. But I was grateful to have such an outstanding preceptor. Like from the moment I got to my job, like on the first day before I could even clock in, she was like, oh my gosh, you're Jayana. My name is so-and-so. I'm gonna be your preceptor. I'm so excited to have you. This is gonna be great. We're gonna have a great night. And literally they have been that exact same way towards me to this day. Like last night we were talking about the fact that she's like, okay, she talks like this. She's like, okay, Jay, so I'm thinking that maybe I'm gonna get some box braids. I'm gonna do the, what are the girls calling it? 2-strand twist. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little 2-strand twist. Like she's so cute. I literally want to put her in my pocket. And she's so funny and she's so sassy and she's so nice to the point where like when she is being sassy, sometimes people don't catch on to it and it makes it so funny. So funny. But yeah, I love her a lot and I think she's fantastic. But it was nice to be able to be off of orientation and still have my preceptor on the same pod as me because our floor is so big that it's separated into pods. So kind of like mini units. So it was nice to be on the same pod as her because if I had any questions I could just ask her. In the end she helped me, so it was great. And she also really does like helping me, and so that's always really good. Good morning, guys. So Justin is sick, and he is sick because he gets sick every time he goes from one weather condition to the other. So it was super warm in Alabama last week, and then we went to Seattle and Portland where it was super cold, and now we're back in Alabama where it was warm for a second, but now it's cold again. It's 45 degrees, so needless to say, he is sick all over again. Justin usually does not snore. He snored all night last night. He sounds horrible. He's stuffy. Like, he is just, and you can just tell like his mood is just so down because he doesn't feel good. So we are going to go get him a Neil Med bottle. These are amazing. They work so good for just like clearing out your sinuses. And then I'm also going to get him to take 800 milligrams of ibuprofen every 6 hours. That's going to get rid of his sore throat, help a lot with the pain relief, and then the sinus rinse will help a lot with the congested feeling. So yeah, we're going to go get him that. I don't know if Seven Brew is open because it's Thanksgiving. I wouldn't be mad at them if they were closed. But we're going to go get him some breakfast and some medicine. So yeah, let's go. Let me show you everything that I got. I spent like $30, mind you. I got him some honey lemon cough drops. This is a 130 pack. I'm sure we'll need them again someday. They were only $6. And then we have more of the little Neil Med packets. I think we have like 120 or something crazy like that. But we needed another bottle because you have to replace the bottle every 3 months, and we've had it longer than 3 months. And I don't want him to get more sick because we're not following the directions on the pack. Then, whenever we were in Seattle, I was getting really sleepy on the drive to Leavenworth, and I was the one that was driving. So I was like, hey, does anybody have some gum? Because chewing gum usually helps to keep me up when I have to drive for long distances. And my mom was like, I don't have any gum, but I have some of these, like these little Listerine, little paper, I don't know. So I was like, she was like, do you want that? And I was like, sure, I'll take it. Justin gives me about 3 of them on accident. I thought my brain was going to explode. You know that feeling of when you just brush your teeth and then you drink some icy cold water? That is the exact feeling that I felt. My sinuses were open. My throat was frosty. I was like, oh my God. And then it like sticks to the roof of your mouth and it sticks to your tongue so you can't move it. So it burns like a methanol burn. Yeah, and we were all saying, like, if you ever sick, you need to take one of these. Justin is sick. He will be taking one of these. There's 24 strips in here. So we're going to take him that. I'm pretty sure Seven Brew is closed. I'm sure he would love McDonald's for breakfast today, but I don't know if they're open. Let's see. Let's just see. The McDonald's is open 24/7, so I would assume that they're open. CVS is open today until 5. Y'all literally don't care. By the time I'm posting this, it's already Saturday and Thanksgiving has come and gone. But okay, it looks like McDonald's is open. So let's go ahead and get him some breakfast because they're serving breakfast until 10:29 and it is 9:56. Okay, he likes to have the bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle. I know he likes 2 of them. Got him a Diet Coke, hash brown. I also took the dogs on a walk this morning and took him out to go potty for the first time. Justin usually does all of that, but like he's sick, so I can be bothered to, you know, get off my butt and do something, especially since like he does so much for our family. I feel like behind the scenes, and I don't talk about it very much because he can sometimes be bashful, like, chill, lady, for real, chill for real, be chill for real. So I don't usually talk about it, but he does so much. Like, it probably seems like I do a lot, but Justin does literally everything when it comes to paying the bills, keeping the house together. Like, he does all of that so that when I can come home from work, I can just sleep and just collapse into the bed. And every morning when I get off of work, when I come home, there's a hot breakfast waiting for me with a sweet tea with heavy ice on the side. Every single morning, no matter what. And I appreciate that. So on days that he down, I'm up, baby. Like, I will do anything for this man. I love him so much. So we are going to go to McDonald's and we're going to get him some breakfast. He's usually such a freaking light sleeper. So the fact that I was able to take the dogs for a walk, bring them back in, feed them, put them back up, and leave again, and he's still sleeping, allegedly, is really good. Let me see if Seven Brew is open today. I don't think he would want Seven Brew this early. It's literally 9 o'clock. I don't think he would want it this early, especially when we're not doing anything. But the craziest thing is that I want 7 Brew. And I haven't wanted 7 Brew in weeks. Like, I haven't had 7 Brew in like a month. Oh, whatever. We're gonna go to McDonald's now. Alright guys, we have made it to the end of this week's vlog. Justin, are you feeling better?
Yeah.
He's a man of very few words. So yeah, he's feeling better. And today is technically my birthday, but I will show you everything that we did for my birthday. It's only 1 o'clock in the morning, so it's only been my birthday for about an hour, but I'll show you everything that we did for my birthday next week. And we also have Vlogmas starting next week too, so we will be seeing a lot of each other, trust me. But thank you so much for spending this week with me. Be kind to yourselves, be kind to others. I love you, and I will see you next week.